Taking off. All units, fire at will. Squad 2, pick a target. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. Gotta hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them. I'm hit. I'm hit. Where's the reinforcements?
Okay, hey everyone, this is General Katarn. I'm coming back. Hopefully, I was hoping actually it would be another video. I was hoping that the whole Captain Marvel controversy would have died down after Endgame, but then we got a deleted scene that, oh god, so much reaction. Now, a normal person would have seen this and said, Captain Marvel blatantly assault a guy, fucked him up, stole his property because he was annoying. SJWs with their twisted way of thinking, because their neurons are not attached properly to their brain, so they do think, but just because they think does not make them intelligent, okay? Because even snails think that I have to move, I have to eat, okay? I have to find shelter, but it doesn't make them as intelligent as humans, okay? So I'm really sorry. I have to apologize to snails because I am degrading them to the level of SJWs. Now, SJWs unfortunately can type and can use technologies like laptops and smartphones, and unfortunately know English good enough so that we can read and get triggered. I am triggered. You know why I'm triggered? Because these are the kind of posts that regular guys like me see on social media, hear it when they go out for coffee, they see it outside in the world, and they say that, hey, do you know what? I do not want to date anymore because I do not know what I'm going to get myself into. Because being a man today is condemned, okay? Being a man, like that guy in the scene, because in the 90s and earlier than that, guys had the balls to go and talk to women and say, you know what, hey, I like you, I want to hit on you, I'm hoping that this goes somewhere. I'm hoping that I get to sleep with you. And yeah, Brie Larson is kind of attractive, okay, but her demeanor and her behavior makes her ugly as fuck. So then came the 2000s, mid 2010s, and now we're exiting, and we're entering the 2020s, where guys have been divided into 2 groups. But they both have the same goal. We have guys like me and like, every other normal person out there. And I'm proud to say that I'm a normal person. Today it's a superpower. That's my power, Captain Marvel. You cannot defeat me. Logic is your weakness, okay? So, guys like me and the next set of men, biologically, because in their mindset they put women to shame, okay? They are the definition of cowards, and they are the ones that are pandering to women, to SJW women at least. And I want to tell a secret to every single SJW woman out there. Just come a little closer to the mic. Male soy boys want to sleep with you also. Shocker, right? Now, I know they will not have the testosterone to sexually please you as a normal guy would, but they also feel the same itch that I do when I see an attractive woman. Now, I know what it is. They are wondering. And unlike them, I am upfront with it. If I see an attractive woman and I feel that I want to talk to her, I just go. But today, when I see posts like these, I think about it twice because I do not want to fall on a sociopath like this woman here, Kayla. Saw Endgame 4 times. I mean, like, she has to show us if she was Kayla, vegan. Here, I'm a vegan. And some vegan emojis. I don't know. Kayla. Proud SJW. Why don't you put that? That would have been better, more comprehensive, okay? Because I saw Endgame 3 times, but I'm not advertising it. I saw it for my own benefit. So, the thing is that guys, male feminists, also want to sleep with attractive women, or women in general. They want to get lucky, just like every single guy in the world. So don't think that male feminists are your allies. They're just doing that to get into your pants, in case you didn't know, okay? But that is creepy. That is creepy. Not the motorcycle guy in the Captain Marvel movie. Male feminists are creepy, okay? Because they do not have style. They do not have what it takes to go up front to talk to a girl. Now, let's get into this tweet, okay? This thing here, I'm going to call her a thing because I do not want to call her a woman because I've seen women out there, and I do not want to put her in the same category with women that I have respect for, okay? So, In my good graces, I'm going to call you a woman just for this video's sake. Kayla, who saw Endgame 4 times, she writes here, at man on Twitter calling Captain Marvel a villain because she stood up to a guy harassing her. Toxic nerds, go to therapy, please. Oh my god. So yeah, we need therapy apparently because we need therapy because we found it unreasonable that Captain Marvel assaulted a guy and stole his property. I mean, that is unreasonable. I mean, like, don't you just hate it when you get annoyed by someone on the street and you just have to take his stuff and send him to the hospital? I mean, that's the reasonable thing to do, right? I mean, like, uh, this is this woman's logic. Captain Marvel was justified, and yes, this is a thing that a villain would do. A villain would trick someone who would want to help them, steal their property, and whatever provisions they have, so that they can make it to the next point in the film. Okay, that is exactly what Captain Marvel did. She assaulted an innocent person just because she was annoyed. And if you people think that this is justified, you need to go to therapy, please. Okay. And then we see some other posts. Let's read them because I find this amusing. All the guys offended by Captain Marvel defending herself from a creepy dude. Again, creepy dudes, male feminists. Okay, not that guy in the scene. He was actually quite good looking. He sports a beard. I can't do that, which is, to me, it's fascinating. He was a good looking guy. They see themselves in that guy. They don't like that a woman can retaliate if they assault her. I'm sorry, honey, you do not know what assault means. Assault means when I physically touch you with a forceful manner that is illegal. And from what I saw in that deleted scene, the guy just basically bent the flyer or brochure that Captain Marvel was holding. So she did the assaulting, not him. Get your shit right, because it's women like you that misuse the English dictionary that get guys innocently into jail. You're like, he raped me, and they just touched you, and people think the first thing that comes to mind is rape, which is the physical heinous act of rape. But just because you are uneducated and you use heavy words to describe the minor, the measliest of issues, guys get locked up for that. Okay, so your misuse of the English dictionary can be very dangerous for someone, and that is one of the reasons why guys do not want to hit on girls, because we do not know. We might fall on psychopaths like Ginger Bells here. We might, say, hey, nice to see you, and she would go to the police station and say, that guy sexually assaulted me, and this guy that talked to this girl here, Ginger Bells, would go to prison, and he would be like, what the hell did I do? Ginger Bells said that you assaulted her. I just touched her on the head. That's not what she said. She said that she assaulted her. That you assaulted her. And basically, the misuse of the English dictionary is getting a lot of innocent people into prison. It is dangerous. She was the abuser. Some guy was irritating her, so she assaults and robs him. That's what villains do. She should come back at him with words, not violence. Escalating it to that is crazy. Thank you, Jack. But oh my god, he's a toxic male, isn't he? Because he doesn't agree with Queen Bree. Okay, and this is that one response where I physically got a zip when I saw this, and I popped this morning when I saw this, okay? And Tony Stark sold weapons, and the Guardians of the Galaxy were all thieves, outlaws, and assassins. And here we have Soy Cuck here that says, don't forget Scott Lang has a criminal record. Couldn't hold the job at Baskin Robbins because of it. Also broke out of holding and stole the goddamn Avengers compound and assaulted an Avenger in the process. Oh my god. Now, will Ginger Bells sleep with me? I defended and respected women. It's the 10th time of the month. So you need to touch my pee-pee so I can finally have some snoo-snoo. I'm sorry, Kaki Poo, whose face is blurred, and possibly it's for the best, because your face would have caused me to get some more abnormalities on my skin, and I do not want that. Okay. So, the soy is unreal, General Katarn. I'm a man of few words describing all of this, and when I see male feminists like this guy, this is the creep I'm talking about, okay? This is the creep, okay? So, this was what I wanted to be emphatic on. So let us break down some of the Avengers, okay? Now, when you get characters like Tony Stark or Scott Lang, or generally people that had a very dark past and did some shit, and before I do, do say so, lesbian Azor Ahai and at Kirisu underscores this guy here. Did you know that Natasha Romanoff was working for the KGB, and she did some pretty hideous stuff too, huh? She also killed a lot of people. She would, in some people's eyes, would be considered as a criminal. But no, she's a whammon. She gets us past, right? It was Tony Stark that was the criminal. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll challenge that. Tony Stark would sell weapons. He was a jet setter and a playboy. Some people work in bakeries. Tony Stark was selling weapons. And I know this virtue signaling here is like, oh my God, weapons is what is wrong with the world. Weapons is what keeps the bears at bay from entering your house and killing you and eating your food in your fridge. It's what keeps marauders. It is what keeps raiders and illegal people that have malicious intent. Illegal in the sense that they want to kill you. That is why they have malicious, murderous intent. If guns were not protecting your country, and I'm assuming that you're from the United States, okay? And if you are from the United States, I have something even more emphatic to say about that, okay? Guns is what is holding the United States in order right now, okay? Now, I know that seems kind of extreme, but if the United States had a law that had to throw all the guns and nuclear warheads from the world, you know what would happen? All of the major countries like Russia, like North Korea with nuclear arms would rush to conquer a defenseless country. So it's those guns that people like Tony Stark sell that are keeping you free, that you get to fill in your lung sacks with free fucking American air. So shut the fuck up, you ungrateful little piece of shit. And it was also Memorial Day. Have respect for the people that have kept America safe that way. And I'm Greek. I'm not even in the United States. But I appreciate the endeavors that people have done for freedom, because my ancestors, not even 200 years ago, did the same to keep my country free. So we have a similarity there, okay? And when Tony Stark realized what those guns had done, when he realized that someone else was dealing them under the table, he decided to shut his weapons manufacturing down, and then he went to Golmira and he destroyed the weapons depot. He destroyed all of the weapons and brought the dissidents that were using them to justice. So Tony Stark knew that there was something wrong with his weapons when he found out, the minute he found out and he got back to the world from his capture. When he escaped, the first thing that he did, he shut down the weapons manufactory. So piss off, okay? Tony Stark, completely justified. Let's see, Guardians of the Galaxy, Gamora, another woman that has done a lot of heinous acts, but no, she's okay, right? The moment that she could find a way to move away from Thanos, and the motivation that drove her to move away from Thanos was that orb. She didn't hesitate. She did the right thing. Her family was killed by Thanos and his Chitauri army, and she was waiting for the moment that she could get back at him. Peter Quill, a very sympathetic guy, but he's a toxic man, right? Which Rocket Raccoon and Groot weren't that murderous, okay? And there were thieves and outlaws and assassins. I mean, like, all of those characters that you're talking about had a dark backstory, but they realized their fault in their ways. Okay, Thor was arrogant, but then he was humbled and decided to be a lot wiser with his power and, dialed down his ego. Okay, another beautiful story arc. But he's a toxic male, isn't he? Scott Lang has a criminal record. Okay, he couldn't hold a job at Baskin Robbins. I don't know about you, Cucky Poo, but when push comes to shove, some people, because they have a family and people that they love, like Scott Lang had his daughter, sometimes when they are desperate, they resolve. They resort to crime. Okay, now I'm not saying it's the correct thing, but he didn't kill anyone in the process. And the Vista job that he did was basically, he did like a Robin thing for the people. He didn't kill anyone. He got a criminal record because, basically it's wrong to break in and destroy private property. But what he did was a Robin Hood act. It was selfless and it was noble. Okay, but you wouldn't understand that because you wouldn't have the balls to do something for your family if push came to shove. Because if you did, like I have and like so many other normal people out there have made sacrifices, you wouldn't be spewing this shit out of your comfortable little bubble that has never bursted that you live in. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, all of these characters that you like to put down, to throw in the shitter just to defend Captain Marvel, okay, they have done some terrible things too. But the thing is, unlike Captain Marvel, they sat down, they reflected upon it, and they tried to right the wrongs that they did. Captain Marvel assaulted a guy. She assaulted him, period. So don't justify Captain Marvel and twist everyone around just so that you can keep Captain Marvel's narrative safe. You fucking hypocrites. These people right here on my Twitter feed are what is wrong with the world today. But they didn't pay attention to Iron Man because he's a man. They didn't pay attention to the story arcs of Thor, Captain America, of Ant-Man, of Hawkeye. They said Hawkeye became a vigilante. He went and killed criminals and crime syndicates. Okay, he went against those people. He never hurt an innocent person before. So I don't know what the fuck you're trying to get here, but I single-handedly just justified a few of the Avengers and their dark past. And since you're talking about story arcs here, a lesbian, Azor Ahai, because Tony Stark was selling weapons, yeah, rightfully so. And when he found out that the weapons were going into the wrong hands, he shut the whole thing down. So he had time to reflect. Captain Marvel is an arrogant piece of shit that I don't think that she ever reflected for the thing that she did to that guy. She's like, he pissed me off, so yeah, I stole his bike and I sent him to the hospital or something. She would never reflect on that. Tony Stark in Age of Ultron reflected on the death of a kid in that scene with the elevator where that mother came and said, that you dropped the whole fucking building on my kid and he's dead because of your battle in Sokovia. He reflected, he absorbed that. Okay, he didn't directly kill the kid, but in the aftermath of the battle, and he was and caught in the crossfires of the battle with Ultron and the Avengers, that kid died. Tony Stark reflected on that, and he felt guilt for it. He felt guilt in Iron Man 3 and fear if he were to lose Pepper Potts. So give me a fucking break. Trying to turn the heroes that we love into yourselves, one-dimensional characters. But I guess that's what you see. That's the only thing that you can absorb. Since you're one-dimensional, that is the best that your brain capacity can hold up to. Okay? So just fuck off. And you, Ginger Bells, because that's who we see in that guy, well, we see Captain Marvel in girls like you. And guys like me will not date Captain Marvel. I'm really sorry. She may be hot, but I do not like a snooty, arrogant piece of shit to be my girlfriend. Okay? Not because she's going to send me to the hospital. There is no chance of that ever happening. Okay? But the thing is that we do not want to surround ourselves with people of your mindset. And the fact that you are supporting this mindset is truly saddening. That's all I had to say. My God, how long has it been? How long have I been ranting? Almost 20 minutes for your bullshit. I'm going to stop because this is going to be very long for some of my subscribers to watch. But if you have sat through this right now, my God, I commend you. You're really loyal, and I really thank you. And I wish I could know in advance who would watch this because I would want to shout all of you. But still, I'm going to give a shout out to the Fandom Collective, to the Fandom Menace. I am a proud member. And that's all I have for today. Hopefully next video will be a more peaceful, funny, lighthearted editorial. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. Thank you guys so much for being able to withstand my rant, my wrath. It's hot. Summer is around the corner. I'm still in my tank top and it's still hot as shit. I do not have air conditioning in the kitchen, so yeah. That's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please, if you like this, consider subscribing, I guess. I will have some more content, some more rants, some more funny editorials. I've got some more projects on the way, so that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. So until then, General Katarn, out.